I just have a question. Try to make it quick. Someone came back into my life that I really loved, that I was really spiritually connected with. And so now that he's back and he's asked for forgiveness, I'm still angry from when he left before and treated me not so great. So what do I do to rise above these negative feelings?
Well, have you ever said sorry to a person and it's never enough? Any of you? And you acknowledge them and you're very present and you say that I understand you, I appreciate you. In fact, you might even echo back what they just said. So what I hear is that you felt this way, I'm so sorry, and yet they bring it up again, or it's not enough. Has that happened for a lot of you? Okay, so keep in mind when we have issues, more than likely it stems from older stuff also. It's experience that we had possibly with our parents, with another person, and that until we really connect to that lesson, that understanding and the experience of empowerment, that we recreate that in new relationships. And secondly, when that person is saying sorry and asks for that forgiveness, it's not the person we're seeking that from. Meaning that whatever that experience is, it might be I felt helpless in this situation, I felt unheard, I felt unseen, I felt dismissed, I felt rejected. All these different things is compiled by maybe your parents and other experiences. When this person's in front of you, you might not be necessarily present fully to him saying sorry, because there's layers and layers of these experiences that feel negative in your body. And so the key is to connect to the core feeling of two things. One is, if I forgive this person, what might I lose? Two, how is this anger serving me? What's the positive in it? And what's the negative in it? Three, have I ever felt this way before? I mean, forget about the face, forget about the story, but figure out your interaction with that situation. Meaning that I meet people all the time who date different people, different names, and they say, oh no, he was completely different. He was an artist and this person was a lawyer and all these different linear things. But the core experience that the person felt is that maybe the person was unavailable. And because they felt that this person was unavailable, they felt unseen in every relationship. That's the core theme. And that it is your responsibility to take ownership in that, to find out why it is that you subjected yourself to that situation and figure out a way to clear that. Which there's many ways, which is in the handouts, and also you can also call me or whatever. But there's many techniques, such as even just a simple one. We're going to do one is like just some simple type of meditation. Meditation doesn't have to be a process like, oh, a monk like, oh, I have no thoughts. Bullshit. We always have thoughts. I mean, Dalai Lama said he's good at meditation for about a minute. Okay? So that's someone who's like a world leader in peace, and he's saying that it can be very difficult. It's the human mind. It's the monkey mind. But when you put aside time to sit with that and breathe and let those thoughts come up and not become attached to them, you realize that a lot of these thoughts are coming from an old place. They don't even belong. They're not even who you are. In other words, when I say that, like even a person who's angry in that moment, a person can actually express anger and still be a loving person. A person can display angry behaviors and still be a very loving person, meaning that, like for example, I love myself, I love how I feel, but if something bothers me in that moment, I'm going to be very authentic and I might express myself, and it might look like anger, but whatever's coming out of my mouth is not who I am. It's not something that's going to stay forever, but I'm also not going to suppress it. I love myself too much to hold down my emotions also. So what I want to do is develop a better relationship with my emotions, because I love myself and I'm not defined by my emotions. They just give me some type of path, and that's it. Does this resonate with all of you? Okay, so let's talk about the person that, did I answer your question a little bit?
Yeah, you did.
I mean, I gave you like a freaking dissertation there. Okay, just look at their hair, their shoes. Of course, the women always look at other women's stuff, clothes and stuff. Okay, and just bring your focus back here. So how many have looked at a few people and had some questions or maybe even judgments. Be honest, come on. Oh, come on.
Well, what if
All
they're
right.
good judgments?
It's okay, any judgment, but your good judgments might be off too. Do you understand? Any judgments. How many of you actually have some judgments or have some perceptions or thoughts or feelings about the person that you're looking at? Come on. You're human. All right. That's why you're here, to experience life fully. Okay, so, yeah, and so, yes.
So what if you didn't?
What if you didn't?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anyone that would do that, though. I've never met anyone. You have thoughts no matter what. Whether you're aware of it or not, you have thoughts. You look at something, oh, that's a nice face. Anything. I like your shoes. It could be anything. It doesn't have to mean like, oh, this is a bad person. I like to date this person, or he must be gay. It's just whatever. Understand? I'm just saying is that we always have thoughts. And if someone here is gay, not a big deal. It doesn't even matter to me. I don't know why I even said that. So anyway, but you understand? So we always have thoughts. So keep in mind that those thoughts came from where?
Past
Our
experience.
experience.
There you go. Exactly. They have nothing to do with this now moment. So when you're in front of someone who you're bothered or angry at, you're angry for that now moment or history.
What about both?
Be both.
Can
But
someone be subconscious?
what was that?
Can someone be subconscious?
Always is usually. But it's both. But it's usually convoluted with past stuff. So how can you give that person that you're angry at a fair chance to be different when you come to the experience with the story already in mind? You understand? So it's about two things. It's one is that if you connect yourself, the relationship with yourself, because when you're angry at this person, they do feel it energetically, but more than anything else, you feel it. That you have a neurological response to that experience, meaning that you're releasing cortisol, adrenaline, and all these different things that deteriorate your body. It makes you feel very funky. Okay? So you're the one who truly suffers. So you have to love yourself more in those circumstances. You understand? It's like connect and go, I'm upset with this person, but I really love myself. And you start connecting to your thoughts, your feelings. You start doing some energetic work. You start walking outside, talking to yourself like we were doing out there. No, you actually just really center yourself. You meditate. There's different techniques to really center yourself. Then think about that person. You might feel a lot lighter. Do you understand? You might feel a lot lighter because you are already in alignment with better feelings, which means you're going to attract a better outcome. You have to give that person a fair chance, even if they're late 20 times. And then also, if for some reason you continue to give this person a chance, then the question is, okay, I can continue to be angry at this person, or I can let go of these expectations. I can learn to accept how this person is. And it might be I accept how this person is, but it doesn't serve me anymore. And what I've been doing is victimizing myself. If anything, I am more angry at myself because I continue to engage in this relationship. And I've been in this relationship because I've been afraid to let this person go.